Cover Page Talent Agency, and we're here to celebrate also us voluptuous, curvy, succulent, sexy women. So I know some of you all may know this one, so I want you all to sing with me. Because you know I'm all about that bass, no treble.
I'm all about the bass,
No treble,
I'm all about the bass,
no treble.
I'm all about the bass.
Yeah, it's pretty clear. I ain't no size 2, but I can shake it like I'm supposed to do. They got that boom boom that all the boys chase. All the right junk in all the right places. I see the magazine working that Photoshop. You know that stuff in you. Come on, I make it stop. If you got booty, then raise them up, 'cause
Every inch of you is perfect from the bottom to the top.
yeah, my mama, she told me don't worry about your size. She say boys like a little more booty to hold it nice. You see, I won't be no stick-figure silicone Barbie doll. So if that's what you're into, then go ahead and move along. I did think it meant, yeah.
Because you know
I'm all about that bass, no treble.
I'm all about the bass,
No treble, I'm all about that bass, I'm all about that bass, Huh. I'm bringing booty back. Go ahead and tell me skinny that. Nah, I'm just playing, but if you think you're fat, I'm here to tell you every inch of you is perfect from the bottom to the top. Yeah, my mama, she told me don't worry about it.
Run and volume a little bit. We grew up together since we were 9. How was I to know you be looking this fine? Watching you from across the class. Now you got a great job making lots of cash. Wanna get your number, don't know how to ask. 'Cause I get tongue-tied every time you pass. Wanna get closer to you, but what to do? Having you make my dreams come true. Thinking about going to the movies, baby girl, I'ma hold ya. You don't ever have to worry about nothing, baby girl, I'm a soldier. If you're ever feeling hot, baby girl, I'll be there for the freaking. We make love every day of the week and only go out on the weekends. I wanna get just a little bit to you, a little bit to you, a little bit closer. Yeah, girl, I wanna get just a little bit, a little bit. You gotta make the most of it. Now, girl, I wanna get closer to you. I love everything that you do. It's you make all my dreams come true. You make my dreams come true, yeah. Say 12 years later, you still look great. Flare in your eyes, still got that taste. Nice, pretty face, curves around your waist. Food looks so good, I just have to taste. Step up to you with my heart in hand. Don't know what to say, I don't have a plan. You're the greatest to me, Muhammad Ali. Silk spoon scared, I come with my Barbie. And when I'm above Mali, you the only one who be next to me. I make sure, baby girl, you be texting me, telling me you want me bring out the best in me. In the Benz with me, full of energy, pockets full of G's, sipping Hennessy, going to Tennessee. Baby girl, what I'm telling you, that all I wanna be is a little bit.
Alright, at Cover Page, we foster and manage many forms of talent, from the lyrical to the vocal, from calypso monarch queens to Trinidad and Tobago pageant delegates. But today, I would like to present Warren Jameel, our in-house poet laureate.
They say home is where the heart lives. The heart. Que cardia in Greek. El corazón in Espanol. Le cœur en français. It always, in every language, refers to the inner self, the part that is yet to be seen. And they say that if you want to see someone's true colors, if you want to see who they really are, you have to see what they do in the dark. See what they do when they're alone. See what they do at home. Because after all, home is where the heart lives. But lately I've been feeling heartless. Is my home drowned under the deluge of darkness and grief, of maddening memories, of broken promises and unspoken words, of sarcastic apologies between these grown-up children and this maturing youth? Home, it has not lived up to what I hoped it would be. Like a way of life lived honestly, modestly, successfully, making money and giving to charity so that someone else can have a home too. Or at least they can hope to. Home. It seems to be the residence of my holiest dreams, reaching out desperately, grasping for the worldly seams of my dreams. But the material is like a thin polyester. It's like a pathetic paper tapestry depicting a picture of a magical mirror. It's a mural on the walls of the eldest caves, covered in must and dirt and dust, but it must be cleaned in order to reveal, if only to reveal, a reflection. So here's a question. Have I been home all along, trapped inside a prison of flesh, blood, and bone? So am I the incarnation of a philosophy, another idea to an idealist, something to hope for that may not actually be there? Is home like faith? And if I'm talking about faith, realms, and portals, then the voice of this mortal man is something physical, yet it's unseen. Is home like this? Like, I'm talking about a philosophy of a state of being, meaning that the geography of my biology has nothing to do with me feeling at home, and that in the midst of the agony of deciding if mommy or daddy is the true protagonist of this drama story, that the hollow recesses of my room will cease to be my home. That the ricocheting echoes of insults insinuating insignificance will always fail to permeate the membranes of my brain. That home is just a persistent idea in my mind. And at the same time, there are brothers in arms who arm themselves to fight for their home in another country, the same home that they don't know was blasted away weeks ago. They fight to go home to their home country. So soldiers carry around a picture in a necklace of their families in an embrace at the front door, and it's buried beneath the dog tag, deep beneath the Kevlar, 2 inches to the left, the spot closest to the heart. So he knows that if the bullet hits, it hits him hard, it hits him where it hurts, it hits him at home. So now he fights with all his might, so he might make yet another night, so that he might make it back home where his wife's all alone, waiting by the phone, although it's known that most simply never make it back home. Home is where his woman waits. Home resides in the hearts of those who love him. Home. Home. I still can't wait to go home. So I wonder, is home the residence of my holiest dreams? Or is home residing in the hearts of those who love me? Or is home a persistent idea in my mind? Because I still want to know what it means to one day say goodbye to this endless expanse of road and go to a house and hear someone say to me, Warren, welcome home. Thank you.
What I like to use, or what you can use, there are some companies like Sasha and all these other companies. I'm just using local ones that you all may know. These companies, they make something called an eyeshadow adhesive, eyeshadow base, primer, and you can also use your very own concealer to apply your eyeshadow. However, if you choose to use a concealer, I would recommend setting it with a loose powder, a loose translucent powder, or you can use a powder that is closest to your skin tone. For the simple fact that concealer tends to crease, and the main purpose of using a primer or eyeshadow adhesive is so that your eyeshadow stays on longer and that your eyeshadow does not crease. So if you do not have access to these things, you can always use a concealer, right? So when you're using a concealer, what do you use above the concealer? A loose translucent powder. Good. Or you can use like a powder that's closest to your skin tone, right? Okay, so what I am going to use, this is a paint pot or eyeshadow primer from MAC, and this is in the shade Lane Low. I'm just giving you the shades in case you want to know. And I like to apply this with, I don't like to use my fingers too much, although it's up to you if you're using it on yourself. But if I'm using it on a client, I tend to not use my fingers too much. Now, as you can notice, this primer that I use is the closest to Jeuel's skin tone that I have. However, there are other primers that you have, which I'm sure you all have, and still some people using them, which are white, and that can help to boost the color of the vibrancy of your eyeshadow, right? First look I'm going to do is a daytime look, and what I highly recommend, and which I worked with only today, are palettes. This is a palette. It includes different colors, right? Some of your palettes may have blush and lipstick and whatever other things, but this one is an eyeshadow palette. It's a Morphe palette, and you can use basically these colors here on this side for a daytime look. Mainly because when you're going out in the day, you don't want too much attention drawn to your eyes. I mean, unless that's your purpose. But for daytime looks, you tend to use very light, cool tone colors. So what I'm going to do first is apply a base color all over the eyelid. And usually for a daytime look, you want to use primarily 3 to 4 colors. Basically, you can see where the eyebrow color goes into the transition color. Now for the lid, you don't want too much stuff going on. So you can actually go back in with that first color, or you can use a lightish, a slightly darker color. And then I'm bringing it in. Creating like a V on the outer part of her eye. So some of you may be familiar with milk of magnesia or mom to act as a primer for your makeup, as well as it helps you to for your makeup to last longer, much like a primer, and it cuts down the oil. What I do, I can use the magnesia as well as a primer over it. Because sometimes when you're using magnesia, it gives that white, it makes your face look very, very white. Now I like to use the primer because I like to add more primer, but also to minimize that whiteness in the skin. Okay, so I'm going to move on to her skin now, and I have some options for foundation for her. And yeah. So basically what you want to do is take like a cotton swab, and I'm sure you're familiar, if you'll go to Pennywise, they'll test out foundation on your skin. And basically what you want to do is take the foundation color, and once it disappears on your face, that should be your color.
That one.
So this one?
Yeah.
Okay. If she's looking like a clown, it's because of all that. Right. Now, when you're applying foundation, you don't want to do any heavy foundation. As the word specifically states, foundation, to try to have a very, very thin layer and build it up depending on how much coverage you need. And what you basically want to do for under the eyes is to create an upside down triangle. Right. When you're concealing the rest of your face, such as your nose, your upper lip and your chin, you want to create a very thin line on the nose. You want to feather it out to the center of the forehead. And then very lightly on the chin and upper lip. Pretty much like that. If it is your concealer has already begun to crease, blend it in a little more before you use your setting powder. Okay, so this is supposed to look nice. It isn't supposed to look pretty at this moment, but in the end we'll dust away everything and you'll see how nice and flawless it looks. Okay, so this is a method called baking or cooking. Whereby you leave the setting powder on your face, let it soak into the product, and then later on you dust it away. Right? So we're going to go back into the eyes now, and using the same palette that I used before, I'm going to create a nighttime evening look. Powder to her face. I'll be using this powder from MAC, and I'm going to also be using a powder puff to apply it, mainly because you don't want the foundation to move, right? So you can just take some of the product onto the puff and just press it into the skin, and then you can take your powder brush and just dust it away. Now we're going to contour the face. The reason why I didn't cream contour is because not everyone has access to light and dark shades, right? Most of the people would have like foundation and concealer. Not everybody would have a contour, right? But in case you do, Sasha has a palette like this for contouring for all skin tones. And you would basically apply this the same way that you are going to apply the powder foundation. Right, so I'm going to use this contour palette that I have, and I want to use a shade that is 2 or 3 shades darker than Jeuel. So with the concealer, you want to use a shade that's 2 to 3 shades lighter, and for the contour, you want to use a darker shade. If you're doing like a daytime contour, you can use a somewhat light shade. Probably like 1 shade lighter, darker. And what I like to do is create like a 3 when I'm contouring. So you want to start at the forehead, come just below the cheekbone. So if you take your brush and you roll it down, and wherever you feel that hollow, that's where you contour. And then the third, to finish your 3, you go under the jaw. What I like to do is apply a darker contour around the face and a lighter contour in the center of the face. So I like to start from the brow, the eyebrow, and go down. So where your eyebrow starts, you can create a thinner nose, basically. So in terms of blush, what you want to do is get a color that is going to somewhat match the lip color that you're going to use. And just above where you place that contour, where you see this little cheekbone here, that's where you want to place your blush. the tools that you'll need for doing your eyebrows, you'll need a spoolie, you need either eyebrow powder, pencil, or gel. Also, you can include eyebrow gel, that's if you choose to. And then you're also going to need concealer. So first I'm just going to brush the hairs in the direction that I want it to go, so that I can see the shape of the brow. And I'm using a pencil. What I like to do is just map out the shape of the eyebrow first. So I usually like to start doing eyebrows more toward the end and then work my way in. Because basically you want more of the color contrast on the end of the brow rather than on the inside of the brow. In your eyebrows. Now you can use a concealer, and I'm going in with my Sasha palette concealer, and then you can use a concealer brush which looks like this, flat, and it's synthetic hair, and then you can go ahead and conceal underneath. Go ahead and apply eyelashes, more mascara, and all of that, and then your eye look is complete. And then you could go ahead and apply lip liner, lipstick, lip gloss, lip stain, whatever you want to do to complete your look, and that's it.